Welcome traders. In this episode of my YouTube videos, I'm going to talk about a buy I took on GBP USD before the CPI news. So before I did my analysis, I checked the fundamentals or the economic events for the day. So the website I use for the website I use to check the economic events is forexfactory.com. So I moved to the forexfactory.com. So the trade was taken on June 12th. So on June 12th, I checked the high impact news. So when the folder is colored red, that means what? It's a high impact news. So during the lending session, so the trade was taken during the lending session. So we had during the lending session, we had this high impact news that was GDP. So that was GDP. So on GDP, on the pound yen, you had GDP high impact news. So there's, as I said, the trade was taken. That was during the lending session. So we had it in mind that you have 12:30, we had CPI. So we were very careful on the trade that we took. So let's move straight to the chart. So when you move to the chart, these are some of the things that I usually check for before I will decide on whether to buy or sell for the day. I'll decide on I'll have my bias for the day. So I move to the monthly time frame. So when I move to the monthly time frame to check my various zones, support and resistances. So when I move to the monthly time zone, I realized there was a resistance over here. There was a resistance over here. There was a resistance over here. There was another resistance over here. Okay, so this was the monthly candle. So after that, I'll move to my weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, this is the weekly candle. This is the candle that we took the buy on. So on the weekly time frame, we had a resistance to over here. Okay, so this is the only thing that I'm going to check on the weekly time frame. So let's move to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I'm going to check the directional bias for the day. So we realize or we notice on the daily time frame. So this is the 12th candle. So this is the candle that we are going to work on. This big bullish candle. That's the candle. So you realize on the daily time frame, the market structure is what? An uptrend. The directional bias of the market is an uptrend because you had what? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, this higher low rather. Okay, we had a higher low. Okay, so we notice what the trend also continued. The trend continued. So this is the candle we are working on. So we notice the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is an uptrend. The daily time frame is an what? The daily time frame is an uptrend. So let's move and check the H1 time frame. Let's see the H4 time frame. And you have to always make sure the daily and H4 time frame are in sync to each other. You have to make sure they align. It is better when they align. That's when you are going to get a big moves. So on the H4 time frame, so let's check the directional bias of the market. So we noticed there was what? Lower low. The market made a lower low, and there was a correction. Trend continue. Okay, there was a shift in structure. So now it tends to what? An uptrend. It's consolidated a bit over here. Okay, so with this swing tells us what? The market is in an uptrend. The market is in an uptrend. So H4 time frame is what? An uptrend. H4 time frame is an uptrend. So daily is an uptrend. H4 time frame is an uptrend. So when you see something like this, you don't have to look forward a sell. You have to go in forward a buy. So let's identify our various support and resistances. So on the daily time frame, we forgot to identify some key areas. So we had what? On the daily time frame, we had a resistance over here. Okay, we had a resistance over here. We had a resistance to over here. So when the candles are beneath the horizontal line, it's a resistance. And when the candles are above the horizontal line, it's a support. So this is the candle we are working on. As I said, this is the candle we are working on. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So on the H4 time frame, H4 time frame, as we said, it was an uptrend. So this is where we took the trade. So there was a resistance to over here that we have to take note of. There was a resistance over here. So we move to the H1 time frame. On the H1 time frame, this is where we took the trade. You notice H12 is what? An uptrend, in the sense that there was a shift in market structure over here. Trend what? Continue. There was a retracement, trend continue, retracement, trend what? Continue. So the moment this candle closed above this resistance, so as I said, I waited for this candle to close above this resistance. So this candle, the moment this candle broke this resistance, I took a buy at the tip of this candle. Okay, at the tip of as I said, the daily is what? Uptrend. H4 is an uptrend. So during around 8 o'clock, that was within the lending session, I took a buy. The market pulled back. I wasn't afraid, or I wasn't afraid to close my trade, because I knew this is the target. Okay, this is the target. This is the daily resistance. So this is the target. There was a pullback, a little bit of pullback. And I knew because of the CPI news, that's why the market was what? Consolidating. It's pullback, continue what? And continue. So I took a profit before the CPI news. I didn't want to get myself involved in the CPI news, because there was going to be a lot of, so I took profits when the market got to this side. That's where I took my profit in the market. So this is how I took a buy on GBP USD during the lending session. So